Hey guys, Denise with Lazy K Mountain Homestead. Well, I wanted to share with you something. I got a new gadget and I'm really excited about it. It is called an electric mason jar sealer. And this is designed for dry goods. Like if you want to be prepared in your pantry and have flour or cornmeal, rice, crackers, cookies, and you buy it in bulk, but you don't have any way to keep it in the freezer because your freezers are overstocked like ours are, and a lot of other things. So I went ahead and I got one of these on Amazon, and it was only $23. So I was really happy with it. It is actually called Mason Jar Sealer, and it's really handy to use. And if you're like a lot of us, you are prepping, stocking up your pantry, keeping things there just in case you need them. It's nothing wrong with that. I mean, this has been something that's been done for years and years and years and years, way before I was born and my grandparents. People used to buy 50-pound bags of flour and cornmeal and keep stuff under the house in their root cellars, and all winter long they had a great big garden so they could keep cabbage and all those winter vegetables like butternut squash and pumpkins and things underneath the house for food. That's the way we all had to do it. So this is a really neat little gadget. Now, it doesn't replace canning. I do want to stress that. It's not replacing anything that would be liquid. So you can't just can tomatoes with it or green beans. This is strictly for dry good long term. Now, I have seen where people are using it. Say you opened a canning jar, you had some tomato juice or something, and you only used half and you wanted to stick it in the fridge. Well, that doesn't last long in the fridge. Now, I have seen where people are using this and sealing it again, but only using, I think you have like a week. Now, don't take me on that, quote me on that rather, because I've not tried that. But I do know that things, do go bad. Or if you want to seal pickles and keep them in the fridge, now they'll keep, because pickles keep a long time. But I would not use it for anything long term that is liquid. So please don't use this for that. Okay, let me just show you what it is. This is what it looks like. It comes in black or white, and I chose white because I can actually read what it says on there. So many gadgets now come in black, and it's hard to read because you can't read black on black, or you have to hold it in the light and look up and see what it is. And this is chargeable. So it has a USB cord charger that comes with, and here it is right here. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't take batteries. Now, you're probably thinking, well, you homesteader and you're using stuff like this. Well, we all use stuff like this, and we have a solar charger. So if push comes to shove, we can definitely charge our stuff outside. Now I'm going to take this cover off that sealed everything so dust didn't come in here, because that's where the charging port is, right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And you do have to have a charging part that comes with the phone. It did not come with that, I will tell you. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the one that I use for my phone and charge it, and then we'll be back. Okay, this is what you're going to have to find in your house, and most of us have lots of these laying around. And you're just going to plug in your USB port for the electric, plug it in, and then you're going to just plug it into here like I've got it plugged in. Okay, and it says 62%. When I plugged it in originally, it was 61%. So I'm going to let this charge till it gets to 100%, and then I'll be back and we will start using this handy thing. Okay, we're at 100%. It took about 20 minutes, give or take. I was busy doing things, so I think it was about 20 minutes. And it's got green right there, which says it's also charged. So let me unplug this and we'll get back over to the island and start working. Okay, so let's get back to unboxing. Let me put this down a little bit so you can see. Came in this box, and here's the whole unit. And like I showed you earlier, that is your charging port. This is your window that shows you that it's charging, and it's also supposed to give you count seconds down when you're pressing on the power button when you're using it. And it is for wide mouth and regular mouth. So there's your wide mouth and there's your regular mouth. So it does come apart, and it has a locking area right there. And if you need to lock it, you've got that little line there, and you just switch over to that. So I'm unlocking it for now. And it also came with a box full of some regular lids, canning lids, and wide mouth lids. Now these are just regular lids, so you don't have to use anything special for that. And you've got your instructions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this over here and decide what I'm going to use. I'm going to invest in a couple of the half-gallon or gallon containers that take wide mouth or regular mouth lids and see if we can use that too on these, because the larger the container, the better off I am, because I don't have to have a lot of these jars hanging around, but I do have a pantry that I can fill. Okay, so what I'm going to try first is some whole wheat flour. So let me just put this down here. And let me see. I'm going to go ahead and put that in my wide mouth. Make sure your jars are clean and they are dry. So you want to make sure they've been drying for a day or two so there's no moisture in these at all. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some whole wheat flour in there. And the directions will say to have your dry goods, crackers, whatever, rice, no higher than this first rim right here. And that's kind of what I use as a guide when I can too. That's about an inch headspace. So it's pretty much the same, so you won't have to remember different headspace for that. And I'm just going to go ahead and there we go, pack it down, and there we are. Okay, now as in regular canning, they want you to go ahead and wipe around the outside of the rim and the lip here. So I'm taking a clean paper towel, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and wet it. And that will ensure that I don't have any of the flour or anything else on there. I'm going to put one of these wide mouth lids on top. You don't need any rings. Okay. And let me get my instructions out here. I have read how to do it. And you want to press this down for 40 seconds. And it's got very good instructions. It tells you all about it on one side and then gives you really good instructions on how to use it on the other side. Which I was very, very pleased, because a lot of times with these items you get, they're very nondescript and you kind of have to figure it out yourself. Okay, now this is how to use, and I'm just going to go ahead and read it off of here. How to use sealed mason jars. Put your food in the mason jar and don't let it be completely filled. We've already done that. And wipe around, okay, and align the cap with the, okay, and we've done that. So now we want to flip it over. And we are going to use the wide mouth. So I have taken the regular mouth off and set that aside. And align the electric mason jar sealer with the mouth of the jar and press down until the sealer compresses the bottle cap. And we are going to press the switch button on and start the machine, and the air from the bottle will be evacuated, and then press the switch button again. Okay. And we want to do this for at least 40 seconds. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that is completely on there. I'm just going to put that on, and you can see it just fits nice and snug on there. I'm going to depress this button, which is the on-off button, which is pretty universal on everything that we use these days. Operator error, you just want to go ahead and press the button. And we're going to let this continue to do this for 40 seconds, and we're at 22, and you can see it. Move that over so you can kind of see. 30, 4, 5. Okay. Then we're going to turn it off. Okay. Now it says how to disassemble. You just go ahead and you twist it off. Like so. It just comes right off. And there it is. It's on there. Look at that. That is pretty cool. 40 seconds. And the air is out of there. And you've got your sealed whole wheat flour. Okay, that's pretty neat. All right, let's go ahead and do one of these, just a regular mouth. So what I'm going to do this time, well, I've already got rice, but I need to go ahead and pour it. Well, I think we're good. We've got some brown rice here. All I need to do now is just wipe off the lid. This was already in there. And this will help with keeping any bugs or any things out of here that don't belong in our food, because food, especially dry ingredients, they naturally will have something in it. Flour gets weevils, and I know there's a bug that gets in the rice too. Okay, we're using a regular mouth. So like I said, we got to assemble this back on here, and there is the lock and unlock. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch it over here to the lock, and you'll hear it snap on there really good. We'll get one of these lids provided. Going to go ahead and just put it on there, and I've left an inch headspace, and this is rice. Going to go ahead and you just press it down on there. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and depress the start button. You can hear it working. Now, I don't know if it'll work if I tip it, but we'll see. See it counting, and I want to go to 40 seconds. And that's the recommended time for these quart jars. So I think this is pretty neat because, you know, you can keep a lot of things over in your pantry that would just be in bags or plastic. Keep them in your glass. Okay, there we are at 40. I'm just going to turn it off. Let me just see if that's sealed. Okay. Yep. It's sealed. Look at that. It is sealed, guys. How about that? Well, I am really tickled with this. Now, I know that Food Saver also has one that you put a tube in there, and I've not ever used one of them, but I'm really happy with this, I'll have to say. And it says you got to make sure that your rubber seals are clean, and that they're on there just like you would a canner. So I think this is the great value for its money. Like I said, Amazon $23 and I had it in 2 days. So I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to seal some of the herbs that I dehydrated. And I've got apple slices I dehydrated. I'm going to use it for all kinds of things. This is going to be really great. And I can buy more flour. And y'all know flour is so expensive. I've also got my wheat berries down here that I have in a 5-gallon bucket. I'm going to go ahead and seal some of those and put it in these quart jars too. Well, y'all have a great day from Lazy K Mountain Homestead. I hope you'll try one of these. This is not a paid promotion. This is just me trying something new. So, hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.